Well, this Easter weekend, as many celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ, others in the addiction recovery community are just thankful for a chance to live a new beginning. Tonight, we're bringing you a story about the power behind faith-based treatment programs and what they're doing right here in our region.
You're always healed, you're always whole, you're always prosper. You will overcome addiction.
There's always bad days, there's good days, there's rainy days, there's good sunshiny days.
For many of those in recovery, the only thing strong enough to beat their addiction is a force of faith. Marcus Jordan from Detroit moved to Huntington in 2016 at the urging of his flock. A place known to peddle poison also had a reputation for healing.
Some members of our church did some research, and it turns out that Huntington was the best place to go to find recovery. There was 2 other options, but the wait times were just ridiculous. It was like an 8-month to 1-year wait, and I needed it desperately or I was probably going to die.
The pandemic put pressure on those already struggling with the isolation. For Marcus, that separation from his support system meant a relapse. He returned to Lifehouse for a second chance.
And I like the way it made me feel. So, of course, I will go back to my home because this is my home now, right? Yes, I have family in Michigan and South Carolina and stuff like that, but this is kind of like dead smack in the middle for me, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Why would I not go back to the place that saved my life for 4 years?
Welcome back to the Movement Monday nights, where we come together every Monday night right here in Huntington, West Virginia.
Rocky Meadows, founder and executive director of Lifehouse, is using the power of religion to help others reach redemption, taking their treatment to a weekly service, swapping out a drug house with a house of worship.
A gratitude that God so allowed me to be in this position that I could give it back to someone else and they could be there. Again, I'd say my life doesn't exist without that. We have a statement, so you got to give it away in order to keep it. It's just part of my life.
More than anything that you can do.
This sanctuary now helping wash away sins, cleansing spirits, and allowing those in recovery a chance to rebuild themselves and broken relationships.
I knew that the life that I was living out there I was going to end up dying.
Like Paul Johnston, whose choices landed him behind bars and burnt bridges left him all alone.
They wanted their dad back, they wanted their son back, but I had created so much distrust with them because I stole from them, lied to them, let them down countless amount of times. So it's not necessarily that they wasn't cheering for me, they just expected what I had been giving them for so long.
The journey is different for each individual seeking a life free of substance abuse. The road is long and tiresome, riddled with temptation and potential setback. But for those on the other side, it's worth it.
It's the exact same as having cancer or any other terminal disease. You have to take your medicine every day. And some people don't understand why you have to stay so connected with what got you sober. It's medicine you got to take every day. You're never healed, but you can medicate it daily.
His stone now rolled away, paving a path for his new life and a chance to become renewed, restored, and redeemed.
Don't stop until the miracle happens, you know. They happen every day.
Rocky tells me early on during the pandemic, there were no AA meetings, no NA meetings, and no church. Within a 3-day period, they had 12 relapses. Now, he had never dealt with any statistics like that in his last 11 years of recovery management, so that led them to get creative. And now many of their resources are also available online and streamed to those who may be isolated, sick, or even in quarantine.